Welcome back to Empowered Journeys with Dawn and hashtag her chosen story. I am Dawn Thurland and this is Clavia Allen.
Yes. Hello,
And
everyone.
we have been together, and hopefully you have been with us on the journey of forgiveness. This is our third episode. And the title of this episode is Are You Holding Hidden Resentment? And we're going to discuss 5 subtle signs you haven't fully released the pain. It's going to shock you.
Excuse me. Before we continue, I'm gonna do a giveaway, and it's not my giveaway. It's this book. One person is going to get a free copy of this book if you post in the comment what looks different on Dawn. This book could be yours if you answer correctly.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Well, I also do. I do want you.
Thank you.
To talk to our audience about give them some information about you, where we can find you, and all of the things, because I don't want this to be lost in our conversation, because because when we start talking about forgiveness, we talked about how it has many layers. We don't want to forget this part, so we're going to do this at the beginning today.
Okay.
All right. So
awesome. So yeah, you can find me on YouTube. I do have a podcast talk show. YouTube, Her Chosen Story with Clavia, and also on Instagram, I post a few things here and there, really pouring out, encouraging, featuring those people that I do interview. And for more information, you can find me at claviaallen.com. I mean, I designed this website myself. If you want a website done, hit up Dawn. She'll connect you to me. Yes. I mean, I have some of the features that I did in the early beginning. And even this was part of forgiving myself for not putting myself first, right? And that's why I decided I could have named the website what it was, which was Chosen 31 Handcraft. But I'm like, I'm going to put myself out there, right? I want people to know who I am and why God chose me. Yes. So visit the website. It has a lot of different things, essentials, videos, blogs, programs, so many things. Yes. But yeah, I'm just excited. And Dawn Book is also featured on the website. But yeah, this is me, and I'm excited to be here on part three of this segment. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time. We went in on part two. So
part two was
I'm excited about this one.
Well, this one, I mean, we're still taking this journey, and I want to, for those of you that have been on the journey with us, I want to thank you for your courage, because it takes a lot of courage to even take the first step, to say that you want to do this. Because a lot of us, I know I was there saying, I don't need to forgive nobody, I'm good, I didn't do nothing. But you do, and sometimes that's even forgiving yourself. So it's something that we do need to talk about. That's something that we do need to do. So we're here for it, and I'm proud of you, those of you that have been taking the journey with us thus far. And I want you to know that there's some signs that we do hold in our hearts that we don't realize we're still holding on to.
Yeah,
we don't. Yeah, because we don't realize we have. We know. We don't know. We don't. I'm not. We don't realize that we're doing it until we do talk about it. So you're right. Let's talk about it. Let's explore this together with grace and without guilt. Remember that, without guilt. Don't start feeling guilty, because that's not what it's about.
Right.
It's about uncovering what's there so we can face it and get rid of it.
Yes.
Okay. In Jesus' name. Yes. So we're going to start with, what is hidden resentment? Hidden resentment is what I call smile on the surface, ache underneath energy. It's unspoken anger, lingering disappointment, passive walls we build to protect ourselves after being hurt. We talked about that.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't even know it's there because we've learned to function in it.
Yeah.
Ooh, we touched that about that. We touched on that.
That hidden resentment.
That hidden resentment, because we don't realize we have it.
Yeah.
Until things are coming up, or we're around the person,
right,
or the subject is brought up, things of that nature. And I know you talked about that. And I appreciate the candidness. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate the transparency because it's helping so many people and it's going to
Yeah.
help so many people. And again, like I said, with spaces like this that I've created and you've created, it's become a safe place and
Yeah.
space for people. So I'm gonna give you the floor because,
Mm.
girl, yeah,
That hidden resentment.
yeah, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Smile on the surface.
mm-hmm,
Again, I have a lot of teeth and I can still show it, but on the surface, you know me again, going back to my sister, she noticed,
mm-hmm.
girl, you're angry. And I know we're gonna talk about some other things, but having that bitterness weighing on you. And again, my children were referring to the marriage I was in, 3 and 6. Yeah, 3 and 6. So to have children at that age and not to be there 100% for them
Oh,
because of that
yeah,
silent
mm-hmm,
mess that you're going through,
mm-hmm,
it became so hard, right? And I said, I have to make a decision. And I know there's people that might hear this
mm-hmm.
and you're in a marriage, in a relationship, and you're staying because of the children. But if you're not mentally well, if you're not physically well,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not spiritually well, you can die there. And again, working on a project where I didn't want to die there, but that hidden resentment where, again, it had to be released because if it wasn't on fold, I would probably still be in that marriage bitter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And again, if I had stayed, who knows what would have been the outcome? It could have been physical death,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it was draining. And again, I know we're going to touch on a few things, just being exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I remember even seeing them, not my blood wouldn't crawl or whatever it's called, but
yeah,
I think today they call it an ick, like the ick,
yeah,
right? And the other day I was having a conversation and I actually said that person's name maybe 3 times. And my sister was like, did you just notice?
Wow.
And I'm like, I did not.
That's healing.
That is healing. And I had to stop and I was like, glory to God.
Yes.
I said, because there was a time where even the smell of my son's perfume, which although I'm allergic to perfume, I'm like, that smells too familiar. Who gave that to you? And not to say that's why it irked me, but the smell really does irk, right? But even that, I'm like, oh,
the reminder.
And then having children with this person, I have to still be in some type of
connection. Yep.
Right? Yes. And now again, having children with these people, and again, I know I don't know if we said it online, but we are going to have a relationship series because with this, we know it goes with relationship, mother-daughter relationship, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law relationship, spousal relationship, children-parent relationship, right? Forgiveness could be any avenue, and that's why it's like an onion, right? And there were times when, and I've never, thank God for wisdom, to tell my son, oh, you remind me of ... Even if he does. And sometimes I have to just close my eyes and then he's like, you're not answering me, Mom. And I'm like, and I have to really hold that in, and again, I have to then, and that's where prayer comes in, to cut these generational spirits, right? Because I don't, and we talked about generational grace. I don't want to raise my children or our children not understanding what forgiveness is, but also understanding because of DNA, you might have these traits that you may not even know why. So we need to understand everything we're talking about, but really being open. And I know you thanked me for being transparent, and there's no other way but to be transparent, but to be candid, but to be real, because we won't be able to be an impact.
Right. But it's one of the, but that's growth as well.
Yeah.
Because I remember you mentioning that first you wasn't saying anything because you felt guilty. You felt ashamed. You felt embarrassed.
All the things.
All the things. And those are real feelings and those are real things, but don't stay there. And you didn't stay there. And that's why I really appreciate you being here, because you're actually showing hope and showing light of what can happen once you go through, because we talked about before, you have to go through it. You have to acknowledge the wound. You have to start working on healing that wound.
Naming
it and work through the healing and work through it. And once you work through it, you see the other side of where you're able to say that person's name 3 or 4 or 5 times before someone says, hey, you just said it and you didn't cringe. You
not
just
only
said
that,
it, you just kept going. Like
celebrating at an award ceremony, taking pictures. That was not me some years ago. And even leaving that parking lot, I had to give God. And again, in everything, we give God praise and thanks.
Because it's all him. It's really all him.
Because honestly, he remarried. And again, they looked great. I wasn't introduced, which is okay.
That's okay. And you was okay.
But
that's good.
And I don't know if they felt like they shouldn't have or could have, or she might get mad. She might not want to touch her head.
It doesn't even matter.
I am a grown woman, right? And to be able to take pictures of him and his new wife with our children, mostly our daughter, is growth.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a whole
and I didn't feel any hate. I didn't feel bitter. I didn't feel angry. I came home because they ended up going to dinner with them. What I did, came home, probably ate some cereal, and I was good.
Right.
Because I had to release that whole situation.
And if you didn't release it, you wouldn't have been able to get those blessings of the healing and all those other things that came after.
And they still coming.
Yeah, it's still coming, and it's going to continue to come because it's just there. You know. Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Yes.
Let's talk about. Let's talk about the 5 subtle signs. Y'all ready for this? All right. So the 5 subtle signs you're still holding on. The number 1 is you tell the story often, but it never changes. It still stings. It's still centered around how they hurt you, and there's no healing in that retelling.
Oh,
that's
so
when you know that it has not changed. Let me tell you something. I retold the story in here, but it gets deeper, and maybe one day I'll do another. I don't know if I'll go deeper in the story. This one just touches. So when I do go deeper, you'll hear the deeper. But I remember I was only a couple of people in my family that even knew about this, because I know my family. We are the ride or dies, 1000%. And the 2 that knew about everything that was going on, one that was living it with me, and my cousin, who was more of my sister than my cousin. I remember retelling the story, but nothing changed in me. It was just a story to tell. But not only that, sometimes it kind of made the resentment towards her even deeper. It made the bitterness towards her even deeper. So nothing was changing. That's the number one subtle thing, and it blows my mind.
Wow.
But when you get to the other side, which is where you're at,
I want to talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's go.
We were talking the other day. You may not remember, but maybe you did. Very similar topic, when we're able to freely talk about our past as an event. God shows up in ways we don't expect after an event, right? That but, and you said it, and I said this a preach. The bridge is in the butt.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
So we tell that story, but there's no change, there's no growth, there's no forgiveness, there's nothing. But God was able to forgive me, and because he forgives, now I have to forgive. I went through this, but now here I am having a show, empowering people. I went through this, but the bridge is in the butt. So we have to now bridge that gap of just staying on that path and moving on to the but God, ...
Yes.
Yes. And when we're able to really say that person name without any resentment, but When we're able to tell our story, I went through this, that, and the third, but if you don't have a but yet, it'll come.
It'll come.
Right. And again, this is not to feel any type of guilt on yourself. Give yourself grace. We always say that. But that's very important.
We're going to
3 letters, but very powerful.
But 3 powerful letters. Well,
yeah.
Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
Anyway, I won't go there. All right. So the next one, I was about to start preaching. All right. So the next one, you get easily irritated by people who remind you of them. Even a tone of voice or a look can trigger, or perfume that can trigger frustration you can't explain.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, all the things. I remember, my husband and his mom, they are best friends. I love that. That to me is so sexy. And for him to have such a relationship with his mom, I love that. But what used to irritate me is just hearing her. I can hear her I can hear her through the phone.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand, like, Dawn, why? I thought you said you forgave. This is before this whole journey. I'm telling you, this is even before the journey began.
Yeah.
So don't get me, get me wrong, because I'm good now. But back then, before forgiving forward even was a thing or even starting to happen, I could not hear her voice. It irritated me so bad, or anything that she would send us, and I would listen. It was a thing, and I know, but just like you just explained, but God, He's changed all of that.
Yes,
so,
yeah.
You want to add something?
No, I mean, again, just certain characteristics of my son. Very opinionated. Pick at little things and want to argue. Those are things that I went through, and it really irks me. And I'm like, you don't always have to have the last say. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be accountable, right? And again, not doing those things irritates me. But honestly, it had to take growing even more to say, you know what? This is where prayer comes in. And it's not to change who my son is, but to also ask God to soften him. And if it is something generational, let's cut that off, right? And again, the perfume could be, oh gosh, he smells like his dad. It's not even that. It's more so it triggers my allergies, right?
Yeah.
But again, seeing him in person 2 days, because it was a back-to-back, so both children stepped up. So it was being in his presence a few feet away, and I was okay. If I was invited to dinner, I probably would have said, I'm good. And boundaries. Again, we talked about those boundaries. So again, I didn't feel no way that I wasn't invited. I'm good.
I have my time, got my little space.
And it was good. It was a nice little hour or two.
Right.
But I had to set those, set those boundaries. And again, we weren't friends. So again, that invitation for dinner probably would not have been anyway. Right. And it goes with, how do you communicate with someone you were once married to? And there's families, yes, blended, lovely. They do all the things. They vacation together. Yeah. We weren't there. Right. We were never there, and we're still not. Right. Who knows what 20 years from now might hold, where our children would be adults, where they might be the bridge, right? And they're like, let's just, we all grown now, right? Mommy got her new husband by now.
And we got children, they have grandchildren.
Right? And that would be another thing, because when you share
that's a whole
grandchildren,
that's a whole, I'm there. Ooh. I'm at that.
So even then,
level,
you still,
it's one of those things, and it's funny because I didn't even think about this person, but I did not, because I was so used to not having someone there, right? Their father's being around. I share my 2 beautiful grandchildren with my daughter's father. Never thought that would be a thing. And my our granddaughter graduated from high school, and my daughter says, Mom, how do you feel about my dad coming to the graduation? Now, this is when I knew the moment I was healed from the pain from him, rejection from him. I was like, it's literally not about me.
Yeah.
It's about the experience for my granddaughter.
Yeah.
If she can have more love surrounding and supporting her, I'm there for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it. I'm there for it. Let's go. I got my daughter was like, "You sure?" I was like, "You don't understand. I'm so sure." And I am shocked myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm good.
Yeah.
Now he was concerned how I was going to react to him because he wasn't there the whole time. And now through my daughter, he knows what I went through as a single mom. And believe
Mm-hmm.
it or not, this man is the CEO of a huge company in New York that focuses on domestic violence victims.
Mm.
And not that I went through that, but I'm saying that's what he did. So he's dealt with single moms and all
Yeah.
of that. So he's seen that, but he didn't look at me that way until he started talking to his daughter. And he was like, man, I get you. So he's starting to deal with
Now,
that.
this reminds me of we were talking some time ago where you shared in regards to your dad certain things you didn't know until it was revealed.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is why. And if you
Yeah.
had known that then, you would have kind of know how to navigate certain things. So
How
it's the
to
same thing
navigate.
with your children, your daughter's dad, where if he knew certain things,
Right.
he probably would have been able to navigate
Right.
certain things different.
It would have been a whole different story, a whole
Yeah.
different ballgame. But getting to the point of sharing the grandkids, when he came and then he took us all out, including
The husband.
Took us all out to eat with my granddaughter. And you see who I am. I'm talking, laughing, joking. This is what I was doing at the table. When he knew me, I was 19,
Wow.
right? I was
Mm-hmm.
19. So I didn't even know I didn't know my voice then. So he heard this part of me.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm the healed Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm the different Dawn.
Yeah.
So I was all the
you
things
look very different today, but I don't know what it is. Hopefully they comment and help us.
I don't know what it is either.
Help us. I don't know. You look real good, girl.
They're gonna see a couple of things different soon. But at that table, I was able to be me, and it wasn't about him because he was at the end. But what I was watching was him pouring into our grandson, the way he was talking to him as a man,
right?
Loving and nurturing him and teaching him the things that should be taught, and then watching how he interacted with because he's very intelligent. So the conversation with my daughter and my granddaughter, that was bringing me joy to see, right?
Yeah.
So later I find out that he says to my daughter, first of all, he said, man, she was awful. He like, I'm impressed, right? And then he was like, I've never heard her talk like that. I've never heard her share things like that. I've never seen her smile like that. So I was like, wait a minute. Let's talk about when you knew my mother, because I know my mother all her life and she's always been like this. Right. But he was like, wow, impressed. But again, I had that butt. And so when I was able to, I got that butt with him. So I was able to handle that moment without having
not any type of irritation.
I had no irritation at all.
Good.
In fact, I was pleased that he was there to be able to show my grandson different things and talk to him. And then he, like I said, he paid for the whole thing. And he didn't have to, but he did. He did it as grandpa. Right. Whatever. Because I don't know what they call him. I don't know if they call him G-Pa, whatever. But anyway, it was great. So talking about that and sharing the grandkids. So when you guys maybe to get to that where when y'all are sharing grandchildren, it's going to be
a different level.
But we're not going
to book.
We're not going to try to change those flags either.
Correct.
Got it. All right. So the next one. 4. No. Here we go. Number 3. You feel satisfaction imagining them regretful or exposed. Even if you say that you've moved on, part of you still craves justice or a moment of they finally see.
That I'm gonna pick up on that. That one goes with the experience within my family. I wish he would be exposed. I wish people would find out the truth. So because I believe there's a veil on his eyes and he's blind. And the day when he even recognizes what went wrong, it's like, okay, finally, and who knows when that day, I know that day would come where total healing, wholeness of our family would take place. And that is my prayer. I even prayed the other day, I can see see us sitting in my
Mhm.
living room
Oh,
singing worship
wow.
songs together where he's
Oh.
because he was a worshiper, but now the
Oh,
road that he's on, I don't even know,
wow. Yeah.
so definitely that satisfaction imagining them regretful because I don't think there ever was transparency to say, you know what, I made this choice.
Mhm.
I hurt you guys. I don't think that ever happened.
Mhm.
And again, that might be the apology that we may
You
never
never
get,
get.
the
Mhm.
closure we may never get, and we
Mhm.
have to be okay with that. And I
Yeah.
think that's where when I extended that forgiveness, and again, I didn't verbally forgive, it was
Mhm.
more so relationship
Mhm.
conversation with the Lord.
Mhm.
But even what I said in one of the other episodes where I sent that text and it
Mhm.
was more like, thank you, right? Thank you for raising me to be who I am today.
Mhm. Mhm.
I have to now reading this. So thank
Yeah.
you for bringing this up.
Yeah.
I cannot,
You can't expect that.
yeah.
Can't expect that.
And again, that does come with really releasing because if I release him, why would I want him to be exposed?
Right.
Because then that would hurt
Other
maybe
people.
all
And
over
but
again.
here's the thing. That's where the layers come from forgiveness.
Yeah.
Because you have forgiven him at certain levels, but
Hmm.
there's a deeper level that now we have to go
Yeah.
because now we're naming the wound.
Yeah. That's good.
So that's why it's important to have these conversations.
Hmm.
That's why it's important to write things down when
Yeah.
we can. And that's why it's important to have that safe community to be able to do things like this because us talking about this and having this conversation, you didn't think about that before. You
No.
thought, okay, I'm done with forgiving her.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
But not realizing this is
There's
one of those
still
subtle things
some,
that there's some in there. And it's not, again, like you said, it's not to bring up guilt or anything like that. It's just we got to name it and we got to see it and we see it, we can heal it. We
now
can't heal it if
I
we don't
have a
see it.
question for you because I know, even us doing this series is really preparing us because I'm going to register. I
Mhm.
think,
It's gonna be in
no,
September.
right. So, with what should we, is this what we would expect
Mhm.
in, okay. So,
Yeah.
could you share a little more? Because again, some people may not sign up because
They don't know what to
oh,
expect.
I already forgave. That
Mhm.
was 20 years ago, but then there's still so much
Yeah.
to that forgiveness, right? So what would that look like for, again, including myself, what would that look like for us?
Well, what we're gonna do, I mean, if what we're gonna do is go through. Gonna take you guys through exercises, journaling, but we're gonna be doing this together. Those who want to share will share. We're going to be going through releasing things. We're going to go through naming things. We're going to go through understanding certain things. Um, uh, so recognizing this right here, what we would do from here is actually now we're going to write. Now we're going to
Mhm.
write down what this is and what that looks like and what you want that to look like, and then to be able to release it. So we're going through the step by step. It's going to be a personal thing because you're going to have your personal workbooks to work through, but we're also going to help. Well, I'm going to help hold your hand and we're going to walk through this. We're going to use it as, sometimes maybe coaching moments, maybe if you're open to that. But if not, I'm also going to offer the one-on-one coaching. It's like in our midweek, maybe like our third week, I will
Okay.
open up my Calendly for us to have our one-on-one conversations to get deeper personally. But we're going to take those deep dives together. Um, yeah, let's take a quick little break,
That sounds
and we'll
fun.
we'll be yes, we'll be back. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. Thank you for taking our little break from the
commercial
break.
break. That was
So
cool.
I was touching on the different things that we're going to be doing through the 6 week forgiveness, forgiving forward coaching journey. You're definitely going to also have the tools that you're going to need to go back to the things you need to do. We're going to do the roadmaps for you guys. A lot is going to take place in there. There's going to
That's
be a lot of
exciting.
healing. There may be some tears. We're okay. Safe
Yeah.
space. It's
Yeah.
going to be a safe space. It's going to be a non-judgmental space. All of the things, but
Yeah.
that's what I want to create because we all are dealing with something one way or another, and that's what I created that for. So yeah, that's what we're going to be
Wonderful.
doing.
That's really
yeah,
that's exciting.
yeah,
Really exciting.
yeah.
I mean, just to experience that while sitting here with you, and just so you got, this wasn't what's the word? Practice. Like, we didn't practice what we're like. I'm literally going through this conversation with Dawn live in regards to, I don't know what her notes says. So even me hearing that number 3, I'm like, well, this is what I do. But now it's like, no, girl, that means you still got some things to work on. So and that was good.
It's okay, because the things is you have some things that you've already learned how to work through. Now it's just a matter of you getting the next set of tools so that we can work through this. We're going to work through this because we're going to work through being able to recognize and help your son so that we can see him as an individual and not part of his dad.
Right.
Because he's an individual. Good. You know what I'm saying? He's an individual. Yeah. And we're going to focus on that. And that's what we're going to do that. We got this. So the next one, number 4, subtle. Yeah, is you avoid them. I was Miss Avoider. Okay. Ooh. You avoid them or you overcompensate for them. You overcompensate them. Hidden resentment can show up in silence or fake peace. Either way, your boundaries suffer. Then either way, you slowly disappear and you lose your voice. Yeah. You lose who you are. I got to the point where I didn't even know who I was after a while, because this is not the only situation, or it could have been the catalyst of other situations that bled into other parts of my relationships, period. Because I was already shutting down and closing down. So then I started, like you said, you started to feel like I'm not enough. Yeah. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of a good marriage. I'm not all of the I'm nots. Yeah. You start going through. So then it starts to bleed into other things. So that one right there. Oh yeah. And I would have sometimes to the point where they could be in the same room and I would avoid eye contact. Yeah. Which is something big for me. My eye contact is big for me because it shows, that you're paying attention, all the things. But I would look right here. I wouldn't even look at you. I was big on that. That's good.
That one I probably don't have much to say, but I can see that. And again, with the last part, that either way, your boundaries, they suffer, right? Well, I think it says you over accommodate them. Yeah. So it's also trying to make them feel okay. Yes. And maybe that part I think I was doing that, right? Where it was like, okay, let me do this, even though. But it's like, I love that your boundaries, they suffer, because if you don't set that boundary, and I'm drawing an imaginary line, it's pointless. Yeah.
And so you're the one that's suffering, and they're not. They don't even know what's going on half the time. They don't know you have an issue with it, And the last one here, as far as the subtle signs, is you're emotionally exhausted. You mentioned that earlier. You're emotionally exhausted around related topics. Conversations drain you, not because you're weak, but because you're still protecting the wound.
That's good.
And again, you're not allowing yourself to be yourself. If you at one point was someone that stood up for yourself and that was assertive, or just stood up for yourself and wouldn't take anything, and then you start protecting that wound, and now you're like, okay, I'm good. Just don't come close to me.
Right.
Just don't you cut them off. That becomes a problem. But that's when you know that there is a thing, and then the subtle drain.
Yeah.
The conversations that drain you, and you're like, oh, I don't care about this.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, again, having conversations with people when certain things come up, not to say it's a trigger, but now I'm able to pour in. Like this sounds familiar. It really does. But here's what happened to me, or how I was able to go through. And that's when I share these things, where I'm like, I'm not advocating for divorce, because I love marriage, I love love, and that covenant, but there's ways that we can not be so emotionally exhausted, because it could be the situation was definitely exhausting, but here's how I was able to that word release. That but. Yes. But.
And that's the bridge. Yeah. That's good. Ooh, so good. I love this. These are the type of things that we will be covering.
That's right.
And then some in the 6th week. Let's talk about, what do we do with this awareness? What do we do now? We don't shame ourselves of any of that sound. If it sounds like that, if it sounds like you, us, what you're going, you don't shame yourself.
Right.
You know, resentment is not something that you. Resentment is just really unprocessed pain.
Yeah.
And so meaning we need to process it.
Yeah.
Be there.
Yeah.
Experience the pain. That's with anything. Experience that place. But then we want to break it down and break it apart. Okay, why are we feeling this? What do we need to go through that and process that pain? And today, your invitation is to begin tending to that with compassion. Love yourself. Give yourself grace. Don't beat yourself up. Yeah. Don't beat yourself up, because that just makes the thing even worse, and it's not even necessary.
Yeah.
Because life happens, but we're not going to let it beat you up where you're going to say that you're not worthy of getting your healing, because just because it happened to you doesn't mean that you don't deserve to grow. It doesn't mean you don't deserve to heal, and you didn't deserve what happened to you.
Right.
I'm sorry, you just did not. That no, and it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay for you to say that. No, you didn't deserve that.
Right.
I don't care what they were going through. That had nothing to do with you. So
that's right.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional, because people end up turning it around on themselves and saying, maybe maybe if I no, not maybe if you they're dealing with their unhealed self, or whatever they had to deal with, and they projected it on you.
Yes, so true.
Did they know? That's not your problem. You know, your thing is, let's heal.
Yeah,
let's do that. Let's do the healing, and
that's well said.
Ooh, so good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
just you don't gotta apologize.
I mean, I don't right. You could see when you're going through the healing journey, and when you've healed through certain things, you could pick it up on other people, what they went through, and it breaks your heart, because you're like, please let me help you, but it's only because if you want it.
Yeah.
And this actually brings us to the end of this episode. And our next episode and our final episode.
Let's do the
Oh, what are we gonna do? I love this. She's helping me out here.
Let's just
we're gonna recap.
Takeaway.
Yeah, well, this is this is where we know that we are our subtle, when we just deep dived on those our subtle 5 subtle signs that we're still holding on. Number 1, you tell your story often, but it never changes. It still stings. Number 2, you're easily irritated by people or that reminds you of them, or situations that remind you of them. Number 3, you feel satisfaction in imagining them regretful or exposed. We talked about that. You avoid them, or you over accommodate them. And number 5, you are emotionally exhausted around related topics. And that's a real thing. That's a real thing. And it's okay. And if any of this have touched you, reach out. Reach out. Don't do this alone. Even if you don't reach out to us, reach out to someone, because your healing, your mental health, all of that is a real thing. And it is important for you to be whole. And just like you were saying about, you felt that you weren't sometimes 100% for your babies, and they deserve 100% of their mommy.
1,000,
yes, they deserve that. So reach out. So reach out to us, or reach out to a safe place, a friend, a professional help, whoever you need to be able to get you on the journey that you
community.
The community. Community is huge for us. We have mentioned that before, and I will mention it till I'm blue in my face. Community is humongous, because God created us to want and to be around community. Isolation just gives the enemy the grounds to really tear your mind up, and that can really rip you apart. So I'm not going to make this sad because it's not about being sad. It's about being healing and healing on your journey. And I appreciate every one of you being here at Empowers Journeys with Dawn and with Clavia Allen. And we will come back soon for our fourth episode.
Yes.
And we're still talking about the name of it, but it's going to be something around the release party.
Yeah. Release.
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 So we love you. We really thank you. And I would love for you to say your wonderful closing words.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for the next our last episode in this series, and it was really a well needed conversation all the weeks, right? So this is 4 weeks that you guys were able to just connect on this platform, and I'm really so proud of Dawn for even taking this step. And I had to be the one to be here. We were supposed to be in different rooms, but every week we're like, okay, let's sit in these seats and let's make this happen. And I'm really honored to be the one to be able to just have these conversations. And again, not even knowing that one day I would have the opportunity to share on forgiveness, because sometimes you don't know what will be handed to you, right? But these are the steps that if in case you're in a situation, you know where you can connect to have that manual, so to speak, that workbook, that conference, that one-on-one.
Yeah.
This is the place. And also understanding that it's a process, right? It's a journey.
Mm-hmm.
And even with the 12-week journey with Chosen 31 Circle, it all intertwines together.
Yes.
Right? It all intertwines, and you'll be able to understand how powerful these sessions are, these journeys are, these conversations are, because we need to change the narrative that we have to stay broken, we have to stay unhealed, we have to stay just silent, right? And walking in resentment and hurt and pain and all the things. So again, I'm just honored to have had these 3 weeks with Dawn, Della Dawn, life coaching experience. And yeah, the best is yet to come.
Yes.
And a reminder to her, you are chosen for such a time as this. This story needed to be told today, and so forth, going on generation onto generation. Yes. And this is the book that you need to get, because this book, although I helped edit and publish it, it was more than just a project or a job. It was something that my soul needed it, right? So the book, although you might count the pages and you might be older than the book amount in regards to 50 pages, you might be a little older, but that's okay, because each word is powerful and there's so much more to that. But this needed to be birthed first. And these upcoming events that Dawn is going to be hosting is going to be so necessary for not just you, but maybe somebody you know. So we want you to connect with Dawn and these the 6 weeks from survival to stability caregiver rejuvenation workshop, and the 6-week forgiving for a coaching journey. And again, something came to mind. We're going to collab on maybe a retreat coming up, which we need that rejuvenation for ourselves. So I am just honored, and to remind you that are listening, you are chosen for such a time as this. And you may not even understand what that means, but tap in and we'll be able to spread that, and follow Dawn on those platforms.
Yes, thank you. And I'm so grateful for you, because I tease you, but it's the real thing, and it's been confirmed that you are definitely a midwife in spirit. And if it had not been for you, I wouldn't have been able to put my journey on paper. I would have never even thought about it. I just would have gone through it like I go through everything else in life. But that's not what it's about. It's about walking in purpose. And she helped give birth to one of my purposes, because I know that I have been chosen, and she reminds me, and I'm so grateful for that I've been chosen for such a time as this. And I'm just grateful, and thank you. Thank you. And we will see you guys soon
at the release party.
At the release party. And at that release party, you guys are going to be blessed with other queens that's going to be on the panel with us.
Awesome.
So yes, until then, join us again on Empowers Empowered Journeys with Dawn.
Yes.
And you will definitely see Clavia.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.